Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So today, I was tired as hell, and I was like, man, I got nothing really to talk about, so I should go to bed early tonight. But then it popped in my head because today was a hot day. We finally got hot, finally got some heat. We finally got hot. We finally got some heat in good old Canada. Man, it was so nice to get away from the cold and it's just so cold during the winter out here, but it was so good to just get some heat, man. And of course, people complaining. I told people, man, don't complain to me. Because if you complain to me about how hot it is after it was so goddamn cold, I'm going to punch you in your throat. No, I'm playing. I'm not really going to do that. But no, I don't want to hear it. I need heat, bro. The bones are cracking during the winter. I'm getting old. But I got to be real. Today was very hot. And it was great, went outside my water, put a little bio steel in there, keep my hydration up. I'm diabetic, so I really got to stay hydrated, right? But it was such a good day. Now, still can't get that Hundo Kyogre. For the life of me, I can't get that. So I started eating some cherries, and cherries always makes me sleep well. Like, during the summer is when the cherries pop up for like 2 weeks. You go crazy on the cherries, bro. But I started to think, and I'm like, yo, this channel's actually not blowing up, but it's getting some views, and I'm very proud of Nufftingz Speaks. So I thought, what could I talk about? And it just popped in my head, you know, Jang Mo. So the reason why I want to talk about Jang Mo is because did you guys notice that a lot of people got Shundos of Jang Mo? Like, I don't know what it was, but even me, I got one. My daughter got two, and my baby mama got one. My friend out in Edmonton got one. This other guy out here got one. About 10 people in my little group here got 10. Got a Shundo. And I thought to myself, yo, I even noticed it when I was playing. I just kept getting shiny after shiny after shiny. And I think I caught about 480 Pokemon or something like that. It wasn't a lot. But I got like 22 shinies, and I saw this other person post on Threads or X, I can't remember which one, and they got like 1,200 catches and 57 shinies, which doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a lot of shinies. And I was like, yo, like what'd they do? Up the shiny rate like really high this time? Because there's many times, like I remember when they did Mankey a couple months ago or whatever, bro, I didn't get one Shundo. Like I got like sometimes I would get like all six shinies, and I'm like, yo, hold on. Like, is it up or not? But this time, like, even when I'm going, when you're going through your list and you're sending gifts and receiving gifts and whatever, and you'll see like people, they'll get like a new Shundo and they put it as their buddy. I saw about five people on just my friends list alone that I don't talk to, I don't associate with, or like not even close to me getting the Shundo. And I'm like, you know how you know too, because they Poke Genie it, and then it says like 15, 15, 15, whatever. So I'm like, yo, something not right here. This seems to be a lot more than normal because this was a lot. Now, we did find out that Quaxly's coming out, and I'm not gonna lie, I love Quaxly. Um, I guess you gotta say Quaxly is, um, a little bit on the other side, which is weird. I don't even know why they made him look like that, because it could be a girl too, right? It's sort of funny to me. I like Quaxly though. I love Quaxly. I think it's cool. It does a little dance and stuff. Beautiful Pokemon. But I can't get over how high the shiny rate was on this. I know it's up. I know you're gonna say, but nah, it's high. Yeah, we know that. But sometimes it's not high on your thing. But it seems like everybody else, including myself, was really getting a lot of Shundos, man. Like my daughter got two. Like, and I was like, yo, how do you get two? Like, get out of here. I want to give her up for adoption. But like, come on. It seemed a little high. So let me know in the comments if that was high for you. Like, did you get a Shundo? Because I swear a lot of people got a Shundo. Now, moving on to some other stuff. So while I was there, I'm gonna tell you a little story on this Hundo thing, right? Because people be wondering what I'm doing. And I'm not doing anything, bro. But let me explain to you. But let me tell you first. So on our way to a Hundo, yes, on our way to a Hundo, one of the people that is in our campfires, she came up to me, and nice little lady. She's cute. She's nice. She's a nice person. I don't mean cute like, you know what I mean. Like, she's cute, very nice person, very happy. And she said to me, she goes, I need you to become the ambassador. And I'm like, pray tell why? And she's like, well, our ambassador ain't doing shit. And I was like, well, I mean, that's how it goes, right? Like, our ambassador's not hosting the meetups. And yeah, it's a lot of craziness. Still the same thing going on. But what happened was what I said. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's not what I said. You could be like, yo, no, if you're lying, you're a hater. I'm a hater on silliness, bro. Like, I don't like when people just do nonsense, like simp for a woman that ain't gonna give you no ass, homeboy. You ain't getting no booty. You don't have the funds. Bro, you could have the funds and give you no booty. Like, just stop. Calm down. Get some help, go seek therapy. Bro, go to a strip joint. You'll be fine, bro. It's okay. You'll learn. After you see a couple of them like that, you'll be like, hey, I know what to do. All right. So, moving on. So here's the thing about this Hundo thing, right? And I'm going to talk about a couple things concerning a lot of people and people that just don't know video games. And that's one thing I learned about Pokemon Go. See, how I started with Pokemon Go, how I knew about it was, you remember back in 2016 when the craze started? I have a friend who I met on Xbox Live years ago. I met him through, I can't remember what game, it was a Ninja Turtles game. You remember TMNT, the arcade game from 1989? So they had done, on the 360, they had the Xbox Live collection games, right? Like the arcade games. And I think that was a great era when Xbox had the arcade games, and like you would get like 5 new ones for the summer. I can't remember how it went. I'm getting old. But man, I remember there was so many choices arcade wise. And it was great. So I was playing TMNT and I was just starting, you're in the lobby and this guy pops in and his name was Big Papa Jr. You remember Big Papa Pump? Well, he loved Big Papa Pump. So I thought he was like a little weirdo or something. And we were talking, and bro, I don't even remember how old he was, but we became friends after that. Started running games. He wasn't big on shooters. He never liked shooters. Like, he was just like, I hate shooters. He just didn't like them, but he was good at sports games. Like, he was really good at like Madden and stuff and loved playing hockey and whatever, right? Found out this dude didn't live too far from where I was. Same city, Mississauga, baby. And I was like, damn. So we became close. We're good friends. And we met and we traded games and we hung out a couple times. Good dude. And he moved to Edmonton, right? Now, he was in Edmonton at this time, I think. I don't remember if he was or not, but he was telling me about this game back in 2016. He was like, hey man, you're a Pokemon player. You should really play this game. And he was playing Pokemon Go in beta. I, for the life of me, didn't even know how to beta. So I'm like, eh. So at this time, as you guys all know, if you're a Pokemon player, 2016, what was out? Sun and Moon, right? I don't even think Ultra Sun and Moon is out yet, but the original was out. I hated Sun and Moon. I played it. I enjoyed it for the first time, but it wasn't like, there was no replayability like the other ones, right? And also could have been that I was just burnt out of Pokemon at this point. Like, by Sun and Moon, a lot of us did burn out because look how long we've been running Pokemon games. Like, it was a lot, and I just wasn't into Pokemon at this point. But he had told me to, play some Pokemon Go. And I was like, I'm not going to play no mobile Pokemon game. So I didn't even bother. Then they had that big craze, people losing their mind, people getting shot on trying to get a Pokemon on someone's property. There was a lot of weird stuff that went on. So my behind didn't play it. So, I still running the Xbox. What else was I running? I don't remember. But even at this time, 2016, right? So my kids were small. So even during like when my kids were born and all that, I really wasn't playing video games either. I was so busy being a dad, so I wasn't really into it as much. Like, you know what I was using my Xbox for? I was using, did I have an Xbox One then? Probably did. Netflix. I would sit on my Xbox and just watch Netflix all day. Like, if I wasn't working or whatever, I was just watching Netflix. Instead of gaming, it was Netflix. So, that was my thing for a little while. Anywho, so moving on. So I decided to, play Pokemon Go about almost 3 years now. I think in December is going to be 3 years. And I went into Pokemon Go thinking that it was like regular mainline Pokemon games. Well, I was wrong because it's not even close. It's totally different than a mainline game. Like, totally different. So I started playing it, not knowing what a Hundo was, not knowing what a Shundo was. I knew a shiny, but it was weird. Like, I had to really understand the rules, and I could not understand the rules to save my goddamn life. So as time went on, I got great at it, and I'm amazing now. But it was bound to happen that I was going to be good at it because I'm a mainline player. So here's what I want to talk about when it comes to that. That's just giving you the backstory, right? But here's what I want to talk to you about: the stuff that goes on in Pokemon Go. And I'm not talking about the bad stuff. I'm talking about the things that people have utilized that I know of. So in the last video, or one of the videos before, I talked about the rupees thing. And I have no idea how it goes. I only go by what people told me. And it's funny because a friend of mine said to me she didn't want me to explain how it was because she was scared Niantic was going to jump on that. Look, I say this to everybody when it comes to stuff like this. Any game you play, they already know the exploits. Like I played a game, this Dragon Ball game. It's one of those, mobile browser type of games. It's Dragon Ball, and it's stolen. It's not copyrighted. It's like it's not licensed. Not copyrighted. It's not licensed. They steal, assets from other games and they change it around, do whatever. This game had a glitch that made people get unlimited coins, and I actually did a video on it where they did like a big wide ban on the people that had, done the glitch. It took them 2 or 3 weeks to fix this glitch because apparently the developers were on vacation. If you're running a game, you got that computer on standby. You could be in Jamaica having sex with 3 beautiful women and you're going to have that on standby. You're going to know once you're done, you're going to check your game status. They didn't want to do that. So the game had the glitch. People are getting a whole bunch of gems and whatever. And they decided, well, you guys messed with the glitch. You overdid it. So we're going to ban all the high rollers. So what they did was they banned everybody that did it. I didn't do it. The reason why I didn't do it, I put my phone on the auto walker. Got to hatch those eggs somehow. I'm not walking 30,000 steps a day, bro. So, I couldn't do the glitch. You had to leave the phone on and have it auto click for you. And I was not doing that. I'm not leaving my phone doing that. So when that happened, I never got in trouble for it because I never did it. But the high rollers, the guys that spend money, and I'm talking money, they got in serious trouble, right? They got banned. They lost everything. So most of the people just quit and stopped playing because they're like, yo, if we can't fix it, if we can't get it, and you're going to ban us for something that you didn't fix when you should have fixed it. Because what happened was, and this goes back to what I'm trying to say here, somebody recorded doing it and then sent it to the mods in the Discord because they were the only ones that could get you through to the developer, right? The problem was those mods were silly and didn't know anything, and they're just like, they're not good with, I don't know how to call it. Like this one guy, his name was Payne. That was the screen name. He was a dumbass. He didn't know what to do. He told him, oh, that's okay. It's in the game. But then the developers were like, no, that's not in the game. Like, what are you doing? If he had given them the file, let them see it, they would have fixed it as quick as they could, right? Usually when there's a glitch in a game, that glitch is fixed, right? They took forever to fix it. People, went crazy on it, got a whole bunch of gems, then they got banned, right? Okay. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to games like Pokemon Go or any mobile game or browser game or, games that aren't like on a console or on PC. Like, I mean, you could do stuff to any game, but the thing about Pokemon Go that got me was that people are thinking that Niantic, now Scopely, doesn't know what's going on with their game. Now, you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar IP, right? And we're talking about Pokemon here. Do you honestly think that a company like Niantic would not know what's going on in the game? Like anything that is going on in the game that could help us, you think they don't know? Sometimes I feel like people don't realize that these multi-billion-dollar companies know the ins and outs of everything. You know what I'm saying? So you got the terms of service, right? So of course they don't want you to spoof, right? You spoof, you don't do it the right way, you get banned, right? So when it comes to this rupees thing, I know that they've switched it around before. I've heard that it was another way to do it before, another way to do it before, and they switch it around. But they can't stop it now because it's being bought, you know, in Indian currency, which also is probably the reason why they raise the prices of stuff so that it'll make up for you saving money there, but it's like you're saving money one way and getting fucked the other way, right? You got to pay for it in some other way, right? It's how it goes, but nobody thinks like that. They're just like, oh. Now, the whole thing with that glitch, right? It's not a glitch, that whole exploit. They know, and they probably don't even care that much. It probably doesn't mess with their bottom line. And I probably said this before. So, like, they don't care. Like, if they wanted to, like, these mobile games, especially big ones like Pokemon Go, if they wanted to, they could take that shit down for like a week, redo it, fix everything, and then put it back up. But then they lose money, so they're not going to do it, right? So, anyways, um, so this is the whole thing with the Hundo part now. So the Hundo thing, I'm not going to get into serious specifics, but it's a scanner based thing. There's actually people that have been messaging me telling me like, yo, you know, it's a scan Pokemon, right? The thing is, we have people out here that like the scanner thing is so funny because when I started playing, I was around these guys for months. Like, I didn't know there was a scanner until 6 months ago. Honestly, I had no idea how it went. All I knew was that I would walk around square one and I would catch all these Pokemon. And everyone, after, not everyone, but after you do it for a couple hours, you check, you 4-star, and it's like, oh, I didn't get a Hundo. Oh, I didn't do this. And I'd be so sad. Like, oh, I didn't get a Hundo. After all that work, no Hundo, no Shundo, nothing, right? But you would have these guys that would come back at like 4:55 and boom, yo, look at these two Shundos, and it's like, how the fuck did you get two? Like, what? Like, I can't even, whose leg do I have to hump to get one? Like, what? And then as time went on, these motherfuckers, they were jerking me around too. I should punch them for that, bro. They'd be like, once you get good, we'll let you know the secret. What fucking secret, bro? Like, bruh, I was annoyed. And we're talking like everybody did it. Like, we're talking carloads of guys would be going to get Hundos. So I would hear, oh, there's a Hundo down by KFC down the street. Well, not KFC. Like, there's a Hundo at Starbucks down the street. What the fuck? And they were like, this is the CP and whatever. I'm like, how the fuck do you know this shit? They were like, oh, yo, man, skill issue, because you don't know, skill issue. What the fuck? Okay. I'm like, are you spoofing? Nah, man, you can't spoof. You get in trouble for that. I'm like, so I'm feeling like the total dummy. I'm like, yo, how do these motherfuckers get all this shit and I don't get nothing? The fuck? Like, I want to be with the cool kids, man. What the fuck? So, all right. So, as time went on, I would see these guys. They would, because these communities, they'd be gone. Like, you would never see them. You see them for raid hour, you see them for everything else. And this is before Dynamax, right? You'd see them before, like, For everything else, they'd be there. But community days, you never saw them. So I started to say, yo, can I come with you, bro? like, what is this shit? So I was like, yo, can I, like, what the fuck? They wouldn't let me join them. And then finally, I don't remember who it was, but I finally got to go to one. And I can't remember who it was. And yo, these guys knew the CP, knew the location, but you had to go get it. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Found out it was a paying Discord service. I was like, what the fuck? So, I have a friend. She found out about it and she bought a year membership like that. Didn't even try the damn thing because she wanted them hundos. I'm like, goddamn. So what was happening is, like, people would then start bringing me with them, and we'd go get these hundos. So it wasn't like you're spoofing. It was just you knew where they were. And I said, well, shit, let's just use some videos on them because, you would get like the level 1. Like, I got a level 1 Frigibax that I'm never going to power up because I leave my level 1s the way they are. And, you'd get like, you would try to aim for 35 because it's less Stardust to power them up, right? So, like, I got a level 35 Yamper a couple days ago. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm not going to power it up because why? But anyway, so that was how that went down, right? So this is like a paid service. People pay for it and whatever. And, I guess they got devices scanned. I don't know how the shit goes, but like it works. Now people say to me, but what if Niantic finds out? So my behind decided to go ask ChatGPT. And ChatGPT said, well, they know about them. And your city that you have it in, because it's really big out here, it's spread out so much, and the Pokemon are spread out so much that it's the perfect place for set device, right? I was like, well, shit, ChatGPT telling me what's up. But my whole thing is, okay, you could call it cheating, but, you get a notification that, an Applin is 10 minutes away. You got to go there. It's not like you could just, tell, I mean, you could, but, you go there, you pick it up, you wasted your gas, you get it, and that's it, bro. So, I mean, is it really cheating if you don't know if it's going to be shiny. It doesn't tell you, oh yeah, it's going to be shiny. You don't get that. You just hope that it's a shiny. I mean, I one time got a shiny Love Disc for Spotlight Hour. I mean, it was a Hundo. It was a Shundo. I don't know why I said shiny like that. It was a Shundo Love Disc for the Spotlight Hour, the last one we had. And people were like, ew, who wants that? And it's like, well, it's still a Shundo. But, I mean, I don't see what's wrong with it. But I also don't see why people feel like Niantic and these companies don't know. Like, do you honestly believe, like, with a straight face and not giggling, that Niantic wouldn't know these exploits? I honestly believe sometimes these exploits are done, or they allow it, so they might get a little something on the side, or to keep people engaged in the game a little bit more, give people a little a little toy that they can fuck with. Like, if I'm running a game like Pokemon Go, I would allow people to do shit like that. Not the spoofing as much, maybe a little bit, but if you give people a little bit, it really keeps them invested because you gave them a little bit. Then they make them think that they pull the wool over your eye. I feel like that's a good manipulation. So I would feel like, that would be something to do. So anywho, that's how that goes. Right? I know I'm going to get a lot of shit now from my people. Why are you telling? I don't give a fuck. like, it's not like they can do anything to me anyways. Like, I'm Nufftingz. Get out of here. But, this is what I'm saying about, even with the ambassador thing, right? The ambassador that we have, she actually uses a scanner too. Because I was there one time and there was I can't remember the Hundos anymore. There was a Hundo at City Hall. And she got it, and then she goes, "Oh, I got a hundo. And then you're telling people not to use scanners. How do you think you got it? Because they told you where it was. So you did it too. If someone comes up to me right now and says, yo, Rob, yo, Nuff, there is a hundo dreepy at your next door neighbor's house. Go get it. And I go and get it. Am I cheating? I guess I am. Like, because fuck, I'm not going to say no to a dreepy. Now, if someone tells me about a Fido or some shit, I'm like, eh. But a dreepy? Man, please. Like, I'm gonna get that. You gonna get that. Everybody's gonna get that. Don't tell me you're not gonna fucking get that about, oh, yeah, that's cheating. Bro, what if you caught it just without knowing? So, okay, what if I was coming home and I passed my neighbor's house and I caught it? And then you tell me 5 minutes later, am I still cheating? Because I didn't know, but you don't know that I didn't know. You see what I'm saying here, bro? Like, stop it. Like, it's also, who fucking cares about these goddamn hundos? They're not even fucking strong. I'm actually putting up pictures on X and Threads showing, like, I did this a couple times before. I showed a hundo metagross and a 98% metagross with 15 attack. It was like 15, 14, 15 or 15, 15, 14. The CP was 10 difference. There is no difference. Who cares? Like, hello? No one cares, man. It's not that big of a deal. You know what I do with some of my hundos? I use them in playthroughs on mainline games. I have a playthrough I'm going to be posting soon of Sword where I'm using hundos from Pokemon GO. And it's like, actually, my Hatina, I sent it over. It was a hundo. And you know when you have a hundo and you send it over to home, it only has 4 perfect IVs. The speed's never a thing, right? Because Pokemon GO doesn't use speed. Yo, why did my Hatina have 5 perfect IVs? I was like, yo, that's a thing? It's like, brah, let's go. So I was happy about that. So she's slow as hell though. Like Hatina is so slow. My God, the playthrough was brutal. Like it was longer because she was so slow. Like she couldn't go first at all. It's like, damn girl, like hurry up. Anyway, I don't know if it was a girl or a boy. I think it was a girl. Anywho, so that's my whole thing on, this hundo thing, right? Like hundo, like we're acting like hundos break the game. They don't, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like now that we have the gold bottle caps and all that, which I did a video on. Wait, was it on this one? No, I did that one on another channel on my Pokezone one. What the hell does a hundo really do? It's like, it's more of just showing off. The bottle caps are going to change that whole dynamic. And like, I mean, dude, I was saying that I was going to use my bottle caps on some other Pokemon, but I said, yo, I'm going to use it on Zygarde. Just because, like, Zygarde's a boss. So, anywho, that's a story on, Pokemon Go and the Hundos and the rupees thing and whatever. I don't know, man. I feel sometimes it even goes to when I say that with that guy that said, fake level 50 and all that. Like, people need to just chill. Like, people, if it's not against the actual term of service, like if they're not going to ban you for using a scanner, then use it. Who cares? If they're not going to ban you for putting the money in rupees, then do it. Who cares? Yo, one of the things my mom always taught me was stop watching other people, bro. Like, just leave people alone. Because we don't know the ins and outs of stuff. Like, when people say, oh, I wish my family was like that family. They're so amazing. But you don't know, like, what's really going on because you only see the surface of what's going on. Leave people alone. Stop caring about people and worry about yourself.